So now we come to chapter 19 of the Quinta Silmarillion of Beren and Luthien. Now, this tale, inspiration behind this came in 1916 while Tolkien and his wife were out. This was before he went to war. They were out dancing in the forest. Well, she was dancing and singing. And this gave him an inspiration to write what was originally called the Tale of Tenuviel. And so I'm basically going to give a summary here of this, which becomes of Beren and Luthien. So it's the tale of Beren, a mortal, who comes across, after many perils, comes across an elf maid, Luthien, and he falls in love with her. The king finds out, her father, isn't happy with this, and puts Beren on an impossible quest to go take from the Iron Crown of Morgoth one of the Silmarils that he stole, as we read earlier here in the Quinta. And as it says, among the tales of sorrow and of ruin that come down to us from the darkness of those days, there are yet some in which amid weeping there is joy, and under the shadow of death, light that endures. And you definitely see that in this tale as you are reading it. And this is, one of my favorite stories, and you will see if you read it, there's many similarities between the tale of Beren and Luthien and Aragorn and Arwen and pretty much the Lord of the Rings. I mean, you see them disguising themselves as they go into the land of the enemy. Sauron's in here. Whereas in Lord of the Rings, they're going to destroy something that belongs to the enemy. Here, they're taking something that the enemy actually stole, doesn't belong to him. And even, when Luthien joins him in this quest, you see a similarity in one part of the story between Tale of Rapunzel and Grimm's Fairy Tales. Now, Tolkien was influenced by the Grimm's Fairy Tales. Jacob Grimm was himself a philologist, just like Tolkien. And the part that's, in here, she is imprisoned by her father because she intends to follow Beren. And to escape, she grows her hair out and she climbs down out of her treehouse. And then, of course, in the story, you get betrayal between. Starts out with one of Beren's companions, Gorlim the Unhappy, who betrays the hideout of Barahir and his outlaws, which that they are a part of. Betrayed. He's given this false vision by Sauron of his dead wife. And Sauron's like, oh yeah, I'll let you two be united if you just give up where y'all are hiding, which he does. And then Sauron reveals, oh yeah, that's just a lying phantom that I devised. Your wife is dead, and I'm going to do what I promised. I'm going to give you to your wife. So they kill Gorlim, and he appears to Beren in a dream, and warns him about what's about to happen, which does happen. Beren's not there, obviously, and so he's able to escape from all of this. But he does rescue the ring that Barahir was given by Finrod Felagund, which Beren later presents to King Finrod, who helps Beren on his quest, and of course Finrod dies helping him. So you've got betrayal, you've got love, romance in here, sort of. I mean, Beren, for in order to gain Luthien's hand, he goes through all of this stuff just to get her. And I think that's a great story right there. And again, parallel to Aragorn and Arwen when you get to the Lord of the Rings. There's even a similarity again between Frodo and Sam's quest to Mordor, because Beren and Luthien go on this quest together. Now, obviously, difference is Frodo and Sam aren't lovers, but and then the eagles come down in this story even. But in the end, Beren and Luthien both die, and they are given a choice. And what they choose to do is come back to Middle-earth as mortals and to die a second death. And Luthien, being an elf, she's supposed to, go to Valinor, the Halls of Mandos when she dies. She does here, but she's put back into her body, just like most elves are supposed to, but they don't. They basically can go back to Middle-earth or stay in Valinor. She decides not to stay in Valinor and wants to go be counted mortal with Beren so they can both go to heaven together, because that's where mortals are supposed to go. And that's what makes this tale sad for the elves, because they've lost one of the most beautiful maiden they ever had. And so the beginning is true. It is, a sad story, but there is hope, and it has a good ending for everyone involved. But they go through a lot together just to get there. Another comparison between this and the Lord of the Rings: Beren loses his hand. Well, as you remember, Frodo loses his finger in the Lord of the Rings, which we will get to later. Also in this tale, we are introduced to another character who will become important later on, and that is Celebrimbor, who is the grandson of Feanor. He kind of rejects his father in here, because he sees what his father's doing and is like, well, this is bad, and so decides not to do this, follow the same path as his father, which I believe is Celegorm, right? Son of Feanor. And it's him and Cúrifin that are in here, and they try to kill Beren at one point in the story. And, well, they're trying to kill Luthien, and they even try to forcibly marry her just to get more power and prestige. And it's just like, that's kind of evil for someone to do. So you see, even among the elves, there are bad actors, because they're like humans and they're not perfect. But anyway, that's just what I get out of all of this. And again, it's one of my favorite stories from this. And another one that I like pretty much, I'm going to be talking about here very soon, after we get through the next short little chapter. But anyway, that is my little analysis and thoughts on Beren and Luthien. So I'll probably be back later with the video on the next chapter, maybe. I am going to be gone next week, going on vacation. I got things I'm doing, so I'm probably not going to make any videos next week. I know it's been a while since I made one, but I shall return with the next chapter. Until then, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you all later.